Senator Brown.
Thank you, Madam Deputy President. I rise to take note of the answers given by Senators Cormann and Ruston to the questions asked by Senators Wong and Gallagher. For anyone that was hoping to be able to get some answers or clarity from the government today, they would have been sorely disappointed from the answers that we've received in question time. What we see again is the government not providing that clarity, the government having no detail around what they call their Snapback strategy, which is becoming clearer that it is indeed a flawed Snapback strategy. More Australians than were expected have been forced onto JobKeeper, 140,000 Australians to be exact, and the government may refuse to acknowledge this, but of course it is unfortunately true. And I know many senators and members have been receiving a number of calls, emails, asking what is going to happen, what will happen post-September, because they're so concerned, and we're unable to give them any clarity as to what this government is going to do. You must know this. The government senators must know this. They must be receiving these calls. They must be receiving emails from people that are desperate to understand exactly what is going to happen post-September. We didn't receive any clarity from the Prime Minister, and we certainly didn't receive any clarity from Senator Cormann here today. You know, we've got an extra, well, unfortunately, 140,000 more Australians being forced onto JobKeeper, but it's also true that a high number of people on JobKeeper is a result of the bungled handling of the JobKeeper program. Now, the government thought that 1.5 million would be on JobKeeper by June this year, but figures released to the COVID committee revealed that there's 1.64 million people currently receiving JobKeeper payment. Now, why more Australians have been forced onto unemployment benefits, local employees, industries that may need help from the government to stay afloat aren't getting the help. And again, they're not even getting any clarity. So they're not getting the help they need from the government. Local governments that operate regional airports aren't allowed to claim JobKeeper. Our tertiary education sector are not allowed to claim JobKeeper. And our childcare and early education sectors have been told by the government that they will be the first industry to snap back. Hard-working Australians that have worked for the same company for 20 years have been told that they aren't eligible for JobKeeper either, despite the fact that they've been doing the same job at the same place for decades. Along the way, the company they work for was sold to an overseas company. For this reason, and for this reason alone, the government has chosen to punish these hard-working Australians and deny them and their employer access to JobKeeper. This is a real blow to these workers. A real blow. This really is a shocking way, Madam Deputy President, to treat our fellow Australians. The government's blunders and decision to make our childcare and childhood education sector snap back will be particularly hard on women. 96% of the workforce in that sector are female. Women have been at the forefront of tackling the pandemic. They've cared for Australians that are ill. They've worked hard to keep our workplaces, our schools, our public spaces safe and clean. They've looked after us older Australians and cared for and educated our young people. So what do we have from this government? We've had a bungled implementation of the JobKeeper. We've had
Thank you, Senator Brown. Your time has expired.